Hey, good morning, everyone. I made it. I got in the house. I'm good to go. Ready to trade. Hope everyone is well. Good morning, Rules. Good morning, Randwolf. Good to see you both today. Yeah, Matthew, I did have to wake up quite early. Pretty much rolled directly out of my bed and into my shoes. Morning, Pepe. Good morning, Rules. Well, what do we have today? Let's check things out here. Very range-like behavior overnight. So we're going to use small channels. Got this move up, breaking a new high. And then we are moving down. This move down. And then I'm breaking a new low. Break here, new low here. So both of our channels are already played out. Looking for likely a bounce here at the bottom. We might actually get a little long setup. It would only be the second touch at the bottom, but might not be bad if something sets up right. Over on the Nasdaq. Like there was a wider uptrend and got a break here and attempted a new high, never quite made it. But we have two clear legs back, so we could bounce here and perhaps reach that new high. So this is a pretty interesting chart. There was a nice little second entry long here, actually. From the top, we had this pullback. First entry right here, pullback. Second entry. That was a solid setup. If you were around in the middle of the night, take that trade right there. We'll see if it would have made anything. I don't know. Oh yeah, easily would have made the scalp. Nice. So that was a good trade. So now that we have two legs back on this, again, we'll see if we can get a bounce. We want to see some progress above the EMA, and then I would take a failed second entry short there. And that is on the Nasdaq. On the ES, we're in more of a range. Putting these labels on both the charts so you can easily see if I'm on the S&P or the Nasdaq. Anyone else out there? If you're around, please say GM. Good morning. Even you lurkers out there, I know you're there. man, I was saying such nice things. I was saying thank you to Rules and wishing your girlfriend the best, Rules. Hoping she has some success with that eval. And Megan, good morning. Hope you're well this morning. Thank you, Rasa, and also good morning to you. Nasdaq's still moving down quite a bit. I think we're past that measured move. Yeah, we moved past the measured move, so that's pretty bearish. Same on ES, definitely moved past the measured move here. So more excuse me, more bearish than we would like for playing a long here at the bottom. So definitely going to need to see either a really good high or low, or even better would be a failed second entry short. We do have today for news Australian CPI. I don't know how much it will move the US markets, but that's probably the biggest piece of news. And then of course tomorrow is FOMC meeting. Which always brings some fun these days. The past couple of years it's been very volatile. I'm sure you all have heard the phrase dead till the Fed, meaning that price action is usually dead before those Fed meetings. So today and tomorrow, don't expect too much from the market. Don't try to force anything. We will likely just kind of be chopping around. Morning, Shayak. Good morning, good morning. Well, we are getting an initial bounce here off the bottom. That's good news. And the Nasdaq may have found support here on its 100 EMA. All right, I think I'm back, guys. Jeez Louise. My computer's been having some serious issues. And yeah, it's been crashing randomly. So I've been on the phone the past few days with the manufacturer, and we're trying to work through a solution. But yeah, it's absolutely crazy and super frustrating. So appreciate the patience. Man, oh man, it seems like clockwork now. It's like every morning. We're gonna get that figured out. I am not dealing with that. Welcome back, number one. Hopefully it's only number one. Jeez, man. But I'm getting very quick at getting everything up and running super fast. That's good. That's a good skill to have. Any unforeseen circumstance, get your trading system all set up super quickly. There's always a bright side. Need some crunchy tunes now. But it looks like my entire stream deck wiped. That sucks. I don't have any of my hotkeys. It's always something. That happened last time too. Anyway, well, we have a bounce at the bottom of the range. It is looking legit. Right at the market open, so I probably wouldn't trade this high or low. Although that looks pretty dang nice. I would wait. It'd be better to wait for a failed second entry short. The Nasdaq moving up quite a bit here. Yeah, I do need a hotkey to switch scenes here so I can show you the Nasdaq quickly. But it's pushing above its EMA. May even get a failed second entry short. All right, so there it is. Had a second entry short. Right here is the first entry. Pull back. Second entry wasn't a great bar. Wasn't on the EMA, but pretty decent solid setup. Context-wise, at least it was really good. This kind of looks like two legs back here on the ES. This kind of looks like the first leg and the second leg, so I don't know if I want to buy, even if this looks like a good failed second entry short. Because we already have two legs back, this could be where we move down again. Plus this move down was really strong. So the likelihood that we come and get a new low is definitely there. But if you were going to trade the failed second entry short, here it is. Got like a double bar entry on it. Oh, there's your setup if you're going to trade the failed second entry short. I'm personally going to wait here. Like I said, I think we might get another attempt to the low. Move down was quite strong. I don't really trust that that was for sure the bounce. Over on the Nas, I'm going to redraw my channels real quickly here. Had this, and then 2 legs down. I don't know why I'm drawing that again. Anyway, we got this move up. That looks to be the break and new high here, so maybe we'll get a correction. Back on the ES, that failed second entry short would have worked nicely. Oh, you could have taken that for sure. Would have worked out. And pretty good setup, really. I just wasn't quite sure if we were going to get one more push lower. But otherwise, not a bad setup from the bottom. First entry short, pullback. Second entry short, failure. Playing the bottom of the range, expecting a move to the top of the range. NQ looking a lot more bullish than ES. Might even end up getting something like that. But coming off of the top here, kind of tempted to play failed second entry long. All right, here's our first break of the channel on the ES. Move up, here's our break. So expecting a new high to be formed. If we get a nice looking second entry long, might have to take it. Nasdaq moving down quite a bit here. If this EMA can hold, this might be our failed second entry long. If we close above the EMA, it's no dice. Yeah, not gonna play that. Back on the ES, we have our first entry. Right here, pullback, first entry. We want one more pullback and a second entry. We are going to be good to go. Because that EMA needs to hold though, that's the one thing. Did not get that second pullback. We are moving up. Still a chance. We gotta move. We gotta pull back here though. There we go. Little pullback. Couple ticks away from that new high. On the Nasdaq, if we get a higher low and the EMA still holds, I might consider taking that. As the second entry long did not fail, and in fact it pushed above the EMA. So showing some bullishness there. See if we can get a tick below, draw in some more shorts, and then finish strong here with a bullish bar. But if we close below the EMA, that's going to be no dice. Oh man, it's close, it's close. No dice, okay. Did not finish bullish enough for me. Back on the ES was still a chance to pull back and get a higher low. Or actually the second entry rather, we haven't even gotten that. Come on, move on back for us. If this does move back to the EMA, this will be really nice. Two very clear legs back. One leg, pull back, second leg. That's going to look really nice visually. But it just feels like it's going to pop up to a new high without giving us that second pullback. the Nasdaq pulling back quite a bit here with the second entry short. See if that turns into a failure. Nope, closing below the EMA, so that's looking a bit bearish. On the ES here, looks like we are about to move to our new high. No setup for us. Bummer. That's one of those circumstances. Context was perfect. We knew exactly what we were waiting for, and it just didn't quite set up right. Move up here, break of that channel, expecting a new extreme to be formed, which it just did. So you're looking for a second entry. We had our first entry and it never pulled back and gave us that second entry. But price action is playing out beautifully this morning. So that's always good when prices are expecting how you are behaving how you would expect them to. As what you want to see, that makes it very clear when we finally do get a setup. Would I have still taken the higher low after the failed second entry short if it was still within the channel? Good question. I don't usually take a higher low after a failed entry. Because you really don't want the failed entries to move up too much. So if you're taking a higher low, that means prices have moved up even higher. Really, this is the area you want it to happen, which is perfect. If it wasn't for just the strength of this down move and me thinking that we might, and you know, this kind of looking like two legs back, we might get one more push down. Other than that, it was really pretty textbook. Pull back first entry, pull back second entry in the same channel, like not looking super wide, right at the EMA. Yeah, you wouldn't want to wait any higher to take advantage of that. Just if you're going to trade that, trade that. Morning, Keith. Thank you for the call out. Yes, we do have that. What is it? That oh wait, I said earlier Australian PMI or CPI, but that's not until the evening. We actually just have consumer confidence. Okay, so that is a market moving event, and that's in about 13 minutes now. Nasdaq moving up again, and we have a clear bullish bias here. May even get a larger channel like I highlighted earlier. Feels really big for now, but it might come to fruition later. We'll just have to wait and see. I'm going to keep it on in the background. No need for it yet. Yeah, Johnny, I think higher lows and lower highs for me, I mostly use those on second entries rather than failed entries. Because failed entries, you're really trying to catch that reversal as soon as you can. If you're waiting too long, waiting for too much confirmation, all of the, you know, in this case, all of the short positions, oops, sorry, over here, all of the short positions have already stopped out here. You know, if you keep going up higher, it doesn't have quite the same momentum. So, yeah, I typically use higher lows and lower highs for confirmation on a with the trend second entry, because those are usually longer term moves and more confirmation is better, and it's not going to hinder the trade in any way. Or if like the second entry isn't quite right, the higher low will, or the lower high will confirm it and validate the trade, if that makes sense. Good morning, Toad. It's amazing how fast time seems to go inside the beginning of the market. Totally. Yep, we've already had 20 minutes of market time. And it's been an uptrend the entire time. Always good to keep in mind because a lot of people only are looking at charts that start in the market open. So that's what a lot of people are seeing, is just that, just this uptrend. Same on the Nasdaq. This is what people are seeing. Market is looking bullish. Yes, news in 10 minutes. We got consumer confidence. Is it too wide to consider one big channel up? No, I don't think so. This keeps going strong. I think we can definitely look at something like this. It fits really nicely. Could even play it from the very bottom of the move here. Yeah, that looks pretty good to me. Morning, Steve T. All right, we're getting a pullback here. Let's see how this does. See if that EMA holds. Maybe we can get a second entry. Hey Steve, I think I always have the EMAs posted in the description, but it's the 21 EMA and the 100 EMA. Yeah, I do have them in there. 21 EMA and 100 EMA. I'm gonna pop over to the 10K chart really quick. Definitely looking like a range, but this is also definitely looking like one move up here, just like we have on the 2K chart. Nice bounce off the EMA. That's what we want to see. On the Nasdaq, I did put this big channel on there. Seems to fit for now. And we do have our second entry already. And a double trap. So maybe we can get a higher low here to confirm and get a trade. You can see from the top we had our first entry right here, and technically our second entry right here. Can't take that. Way above the EMA, over a bearish bar, so you gotta wait. And then prices came down, and then kind of got a double trap here. All these early shorts are getting trapped out, and these early longs already got trapped out too, so both sides are trapped. Looks like it's going to go to a new high. I would have played a higher low right here if it happened, but it did not. We're just going to have to wait on that one. But the ES is looking prime for a second entry. We have this beautiful pullback to the EMA, perfect bounce off it. If we get one more pullback there, we are going to be in business. Come on, baby. Pull back for us. Boy, the ATR is only 5 today. 5 ticks. Wow. Look at that. I'll probably go for 4 here if we get a trade. Is that not accurate? I'll refresh my data. 1.35. Mine's in ticks, not points, Johnny. So that would be the same. 1.35 would be about the same as 5 ticks. Yeah, thanks guys. Thanks guys. It's going to be a little bit different. 1.3 and 1.4 is pretty close. I do have a big lag though. I need to try to figure that out. I think you can only change it to ticks on the custom price action toolbar. Don't know that you can do it in the NinjaTrader native settings. Now there's our move to a new high with no second entry. Again, perfect place context wise. Both of these right here. Perfect context, no setups. We also have the news coming up too, so we would have to hold off on any trade at this point. Right at the top of the range. Morning, Gary. Yes, news in about 2 minutes. I got a feeling that we're going to head down here, right at the top of the range. The uptrend is already played out with a break and new high. We got news coming up. I'm going to predict a move down towards the bottom here. Yeah, there we go. Perfect, Robin. So I'm at 6.08. You're at 6.14. That is pretty dang close. And here's the news. Yeah, if it bounced nicely off the EMA, Johnny, I think you're right. That does fit pretty nicely. We'll see. News does have a tendency to destroy channels, that's for sure. I'm kind of hoping that we hang right here. This would be a nice second entry long if it works out. Hey, sensational. The spike in a channel. Yeah, I could see that for sure. And I wish that clearing the cache was the problem. I do that every morning, so it's not that. Toad, great question. How long do I wait after a news event to trade? I mean, you can actually trade. Price action works the same even in news cycles, but it's just very whippy and you have to be very, very fast. So it depends. If the context is really clear and the setup happens while the news is going, I'm going to take it. But generally, I'm just kind of waiting visually for prices to calm down, especially if it's a single release, right? Like right now, it was a single release of data, and so you can just kind of visually see when, okay, prices are moving like they normally do. Now, if it's an FOMC meeting, that's different because it can just randomly have spikes as someone says something in the conference. So that's time-based for sure. I won't take a trade basically from like tomorrow. I won't trade from probably 2 o'clock to 2:45 because that's the whole conference and the press conference. So someone could say something there that would spike the news or spike the prices. So, but yeah, if it's just a single release, I'm just watching and to see when it looks safe to trade. It's not as whippy. Gary's skipping the second entry long into the top part of the channel. That makes sense for sure, but I think I'll have to take it. The EMA holds here. This will be a nice looking second entry. Pull back, first entry, pull back, second entry. So let's see how this forms. Yeah, we had that one bar, couple bars at the beginning of the news, and after that, we kind of settled into normal. Come on, baby, push up. I can't take that. Can't take that bar. Bearish bar, closing below the EMA. Probably better to wait on a higher low here to confirm. Do I think it might be an overshoot? I know Sensational's playing the spike in a channel. So it could be. It's not really... We'll see how the EMA holds. If this is a legit overshoot, then we're going to keep going down here. I think the EMA will tell the tale. It might be a slight overshoot, Sensational, for sure. but it's not reacting too much like one right now. The EMA is kind of holding prices here. Okay, now we have 2 legs back. Oops. One, 2. Now let's see if we can push above the EMA and get a higher low. Good morning, Seymour. Dang, fail second entry long, yep. So now this is looking more like an overshoot. Maybe we either have this narrow channel that has a break a new high and we're just moving down, or perhaps Sensational's spiking a channel right here with an overshoot. Both of those patterns make sense why we would be moving down. Good morning, Black and Ease. Happy Tuesday to you as well. So kind of abandoning the idea of a long at this point, unless we move strongly above the EMA and then give a failed second entry short. Otherwise, I'm going to hold off for the time being. Would I consider a short? That's a good question. For a short, I would need to see prices continuing to hold below the EMA and then a second entry. So if there's a nice little second entry that forms here, oops. There's a nice second entry short that forms here, I'd consider taking that. But if I see prices going above the EMA and holding above that, then forget it. So this is a good sign. This is a good sign. We're moving down quite significantly here. EMA rejecting prices. So yeah, if we can hold here and then give that second entry short, I will take it. It's probably a 0 to 100% chance for Gary that he's going to take a short. I like those odds. So if this bar closes above the EMA, we're going to forget about shorts. Yeah, so with that strong push above the EMA, I think we can keep playing this wider channel here. The narrow one here, which already has a new low. And we will look for prices to make a new high here, or at least attempt it. If we can get a failed second entry short, that would be lovely. If you're hanging out, enjoying the morning trading together, like the stream, remember to do that. Two legs down to the T for sure. Yeah, look at that. Measured move nearly to the tick. Oh, it is to the tick if I raise it up just a little bit. Look at that, boom. Measured move to the tick, and now we're back above the EMA. Now the big question is, do we play the higher low or do we wait for the failed second entry short? I think for me, if the higher low bar looks really nice, I might have to play it. But if it doesn't, I'll wait for the second entry short. So we'll just have to wait and see how this forms here. Likely not a possibility for this failed second entry short, but we still could get a higher low here. Still waiting for that pullback. Yeah, didn't get that set up. It's just gonna move on without us. Probably make a new high here. But since we are still waiting for the new high, we could get a second entry long if we treat this like its own little channel. Could get a pullback, first entry, pullback, second entry here. Still reaching towards that new high. As long as we have room, we don't want to go long right into the top of the range, but if we have room, we might need to take that. We got that first entry. It doesn't look like the EMA is holding, so this might be the attempt to make a new high. Sometimes that's all prices need for moving down. Channel working up, break, attempted a new high, almost got there, and this could be where we push down. And yet we're back above the EMA again. So when you see this, price is going back and forth above and below the EMA. That suggests a little range. I think that's what we might have here. A little range here at the top. On the NAS, we are bouncing right off of our wide channel with what looks like 2 legs down here. Like we could go more, but either way, bouncing off the trend channel for now. So if we can get above the EMA and give a failed second entry short, I like taking that. Hey, Brant. Jobert. I love it. I love it. Yep. Here for your bedtime story as well. You know, Brant, the best sleep-inducing story that I can really think of is the story of price action today. So look no further than the chart, my friend, and you will be lulled. It starts with an E and rhymes with S. Yep. Bounce off of the top of that mini range. Over on the Nasdaq, still haven't got that first entry short, but we're making progress. Closing above the EMA there, that is a good sign. We want to see that failed second entry short happen here. Really hard because we're at the top of the range here. We typically want to short, but we have quite the bullish bias, so you don't really want to fade that and trade against it. Yeah, if you think today is bad, guys, wait till tomorrow, FOMC day. We might have an early move, kind of like today, and then just chop around all day long. So if you're in need of a break from the market, tomorrow might be your day. It does move in the afternoon. That's true, Brant. Yeah, post FOMC, there's usually some good movement. NQ has its first entry short. Right here. Pullback, first entry short. One more pullback, one more entry, and we might have to take that. This would technically be our second entry short here on ES off this top of the range. From the bottom here, pullback, first entry, pullback, second entry. Again, I just don't feel good about fading this strong bullish move. Take a look at the 10K. Yeah, I mean, that just pretty much looks like we have this move up, break, reaching towards a new high, and then we will likely see a correction. The same kind of story here, we just haven't moved up high enough to trust a correction yet. Back on the Nasdaq. Had quite the move down here. The failed second entry short is not looking as great now that we're back. We moved quite a ways away from the EMA and all the way down here, so not really the pattern you want. Again, you know, you want to see like first entry right here, second entry right here. You kind of want them to happen right one after another like that. That's not looking great, but we could get a second entry long if the EMA holds, which does not look like it's happening. Yes, we're coming down off the top of that range there. And if we can come down here to the bottom and get a nice bounce off there, that might be a good long. Price is overall bullish on the day. We do have this larger range we'd want to be cautious about, because coming off the top you'd expect prices to come all the way to the bottom. But if we hold this level and get a setup, it might be worth considering. The Nasdaq is officially below its channel. Might be getting a larger move like that. That maybe that fits pretty nice. So I think we might be able to delete this larger move. That was a kind of a just in case channel. Shayak, I hope we would see 4601 today. That'd mean some nice movement. For that to happen, we'd have to break out of this range and really have some solid continuation up here. I don't necessarily think that's gonna happen. Hope so. Okay, we moved down below that little range. Might be a nice fill breakout, except this move down was pretty swift, pretty strong. You don't want to trade against that. On the Nasdaq, if we have that larger channel, we just overshot it. May get a bounce there. I think we officially hit our measured move there, nearly to a T. So I like a failed second entry short if that can happen. Might even consider this high or low here. Seven ticks. Oh shoot. I was about to go for it. Dang. That formed really fast. Did come back for me, but it's too late for me emotionally. I'll wait for the failed second entry short if it happens. Dang, look at that. Oof. Good thing I stayed out. My goodness, what a bar. It's also a failed second entry long, yep. I think that technically is the second entry short there. Pullback, first entry right here. That's our second pullback in the second entry, so that is the second entry short. I don't like playing that failure now. We moved quite far down and that bar is not bullish at all. Pretty significant move down on that bar, a lot of momentum. We get a, so we already have our second entry short. That comes back up and gives a lower high at the EMA. I might consider that. Yeah, Gary, I think I'm with you on that one. If it makes it back to the EMA and gets a bearish bar, I will likely take that. Not really expecting a new high anymore. We moved quite far down, and I think that attempt was enough. Okay, here we go. See if we can pop up and then turn down with the red bar. Kind of hard after that really bullish bar. We'll see how this forms. Similar deal on the Nasdaq, actually. This would be a lower high of a second entry short. It's not going to finish that bearish. Yeah, no dice. Finish bullish there. Back on the ES. Does not look like it's going to finish how we want it to. We will see. Oh, we got a doji. Maybe this bar. I like how the EMA is holding. If this bar stays right around here, that's only a 5-tick risk. That would be excellent. Don't move too far. 7 ticks. That's still good. Still good. Nasdaq moving up still. Can't take a doji here. Yeah, no dice, folks. Not safe. With the EMA still holding though, we still have a chance, maybe one more bar. Still can play that visual second entry short. See if this turns down. Ooh, I like this. 7 ticks. Finish red, baby. Let's go. 9 ticks, still within. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to take that, folks. We're gonna give her a try. If it triggers. This next bar goes higher than the previous one or closes above the EMA. Cannot take it. This has got to trigger soon. This bar closes without triggering. We're going to get out. Nope. Got to cancel that. can't take it after an inside bar. Lots of indecision here. Could be a wider pattern. Midline of the daily range has proven to be tough, resistant, and support so far. Good call out. I haven't really looked at that. Here, hold on. We might get a lower high here. I don't know, it's kind of getting congested. That is pretty congested, guys. We have this uptrend working. At this point, it looks like it's going to lure in shorts. This is technically the second entry long here. Or not quite, I guess it didn't pull back on the first entry. Oof. Man, big bar. That's a little too big for my liking. Over on the Nasdaq, we have our first entry. Get a second entry long above the EMA. I might get that. Let's go check out that daily range that Brant is talking about. I don't even know what you're talking about there, Brant. Daily range, I mean, we got uptrend really on the daily chart. Yeah. You usually don't take conflicting pattern trades. What makes you confident on this one? Not much really, Johnny, to be honest with you. I think, you know, looking back, we were overall bullish. This was really a good chance to make some progress to the downside, and then we came up. We had a first entry short, second entry short that failed, and then we were hanging right around the EMA. No downward movement. Had this big bearish bar, didn't even trigger the lower high, then gets reversed. So every time there's an opportunity to go lower, it's getting reversed. So that made me consider, like, okay, if it would have finished right around here, I would have tried that out, but it finished too high. But yeah, with so many failed attempts shorter at this range support, I think that was a good opportunity to go long. Oh, you're saying I was wanting to take a short into the bottom of that range. Yeah. Well, again, zooming out. When you're coming from the top of the range, you know, you're expecting prices to go to the bottom. This little mini range was more kind of just in case, right? So if you don't have that and you're coming off the top, you're expecting prices to go to the bottom. So if we had some strong movement and a really good looking second entry short, it makes sense that we can continue downwards. But because that didn't play out and we got all that you know, resistance there, that's when I had to kind of switch. But otherwise, I don't think you have to be too concerned about, you know, some random support in the middle of the range when the overall pattern says we're likely going to go to the bottom. Yeah, that's a good point, Johnny. The mini range could definitely be, you know, because the EMA is flat, that could indicate that that mini range is legit. But overall pattern, you know, you're probably expecting prices to go here ultimately. Now this channel is definitely playing out well. So now that we have this channel, I think we can look for a second entry long. Over on the Nasdaq, getting quite choppy. Pretty much just looking like a nasty range there. This is nice 2 legs back right here. So if we get a good looking bar at the bottom of this, I might have to take that long. This wider downtrend, of course, is not actually... it does look pretty decent. Oof, look at that bull bar. That's pretty tempting. Didn't quite finish. Superb. All right, Pepe. Take care. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good evening. To you, it sounds like. I still got the whole dang day ahead of me. But yeah. Later. See you tomorrow. Whew. Prices dropping off sharply here on the ES. I don't know that this current bullish channel is going to get a new high if we keep dropping here. It's so choppy and gross anyway. It's not like a really strong channel that you would expect. Like, oh, that has to be concluded. Keeping in mind as well, this was the first move down. So we were originally expecting a new low there. And again, zooming out, expecting ultimately to get down here. We'll see if this mini range actually offers any support. I doubt it because we never even got to the top of it. Had this bounce off here, only got up to the midline and we're already moving down. So I would think that we would continue lower and perhaps get a measured move of this guy here. At least down to there. Kind of want to see a big drop here, guys. Just so we get some movement. This area holds it. I think we're likely to chop around here for a long time, but if we can bust below this, we might get some decent movement here. Macaroons, what's going on? Yeah, FOMC is tomorrow, so likely be like watching grass grow until 2 o'clock, and then it'll be like the 4th of July. On the daily, we were pretty far from the 50 and 100 EMA. Yeah, totally. Definitely looks overextended, you could say. Well, if you're playing the daily chart, this is a pretty nice second entry long right here. kind of made a new high, so that'd be the one caution, but otherwise you have pullback first entry, pullback second entry, right off the EMA, boom. I mean, if you were playing this on the daily chart, oh my gosh, that is 155 points, $7,000 on one contract. Craziness. I mean, price action works on all time frames. You'd have to be really patient for things to set up, but you also have to take on a lot more risk. Hey, to you, Gary. I saw that message before you deleted it. Never did macarons. I'm still trying to figure out how to structure that. Plus I got just a lot going on otherwise. But yeah, that's definitely something I'd like to do. Right now I kind of only have time to focus on streaming and creating some content here and there when I can. Might get a nice little higher low here, confirming the bottom of this range. If you have this larger channel here, then we could expect a new high of that. So we have our first entry long. We get one more pullback and a second entry. That would be a higher low, confirming the bottom of the range. The second entry long might be worth a consideration. We don't have, there's not been really a lot of clean setups at all, so this might be as good as it gets for right now. Yeah, totally rules. I'm feeling you on that. Not a bad week to sleep in, guys. Tomorrow would not be a bad day to take off. Always great to take days off the market anyway, so if you're in need of that, tomorrow might be your day. I'll be here. I'll still be hanging out with y'all, but for anyone else who might need a break, take advantage of it. Looking like a second entry long on the 5 minute if you feel like shaking things up. Okay, all right. I see you there, Macaron. Failed second entry short on the Nasdaq. Kind of tempting there. The Nasdaq looks quite bearish. Don't really want to trade against that. Still got a chance for this little higher low, second entry long on ES. Last chance here, last chance. Let's see what we get. Tick below, finish bullish. I might consider. Okay, let's see if this turns up here. Oof. All right. That's a solid move down there. Doubt this candle's going to be reversed. Rules is asking, do you ever think about multiple accounts? It's very easy to set on NinjaTrader. Perfect time as Apex is having a huge discount. Then you pass eval with multi accounts at the same time, and profit is multiplied by the number of counts. Yes. I actually recommend that. I have multiple funded accounts. A great way to spread the risk across your accounts and multiply your profits. This is only 9 ticks. That's acceptable. Oh man, it's starting to move too high. Jeez Louise, that's way too high of a bar. I don't think I can take it that. Oh man, it's gonna finish doji anyway. Gosh. That is the second entry long, but that bar is ridiculous. If I can get a pullback to right around this level, that wouldn't be too bad. Doesn't even look like it's gonna trigger, so. Yeah, I think I gotta hold off on there. So anyway, I think that's gonna do it for me, guys. Pretty mind-numbing day. There was some good context. You remember these areas over here was like perfect. Oh man, we need a second entry long. Didn't happen. Right here again. Oh man, a second entry long would be perfect. Didn't happen. That's just how it goes. You gotta get used to that. Not a bad day to take the rest of the day off. I don't think there's going to be any major market movements. It looks like the market is just waiting for the Fed release tomorrow afternoon. So everyone out there, I will see you tomorrow morning. Appreciate y'all. Happy trading. Stay safe. stay patient, and we will trade again tomorrow morning. Later, everyone.